sure to let them.
What's up, guys? We're live.
Back.
We're live, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. So, Joe, what were you saying about me?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so...
Sorry, hold on. I was loading up Spider-Man. I said that you're a pedophile.
What? No way! On the Chasm TV's crazy work, guys. Yo, this is my channel, guys. Yo, guy. Hey, look, we're live right now, guys. Wow. Diddy Blood. Diddy Blood. Oh, wait. I didn't even put the fucking thing up. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. What is that? Why does she barely have any clothes on? Okay.
What?
What? No! YouTube. Bro, YouTube needs to chill, though. They be giving me the weirdest ads.
Bro, have you been getting the Westmore ads?
No, actually, I haven't.
Where he's like...
Then again, I might be, and it's just like in the middle of the night.
So he literally comes on there and says, "We turned a deficit."
What?
He's like, "We turned a deficit into like, what is it called, like a surplus?"
Uh-huh. Yeah. Isn't the state of Maryland in debt, though?
Yeah, we're in like 50 billion or some shit. It's like when you hold on, let me turn all this shit down real quick.
No, let me make sure that that the audio is working here. Just put on let's put on like AP. Right? Let's go back in time here. Or not. Alright, let's put on like here, we'll help this oh, Blastnet. Never mind, he's not really small. He's not small.
No, Westmore was basically saying in the ad, like please like call and tell Westmore that he's doing a good job with the economy.
Wow, so you can shield bash lunch. Okay.
Wow.
They're like begging people to like more easy.
Huh. Okay, so it can hear the audio of the background. Dude, I love Westmore. Ah, Westmore, have my children.
Why did you say anything?
What'd you say, Joe?
You're rude, man.
You're cutting out, buddy.
What's saying it?
What? Joe, you're cutting out. Holy shit, wait.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now, yeah. What's up?
I said, why didn't you shake his hand?
Because he didn't go on that side of the street. Oh, yeah, street chat. So, what's the word? Yeah, at a St. Patrick's Day parade that I went to with my my girlfriend, the governor and former governor Larry Hogan was there, chat, stream people, and Larry Hogan walked over and shook my hand, and as he turned around, my face went sour because I was like, ugh. I'm not a huge Larry Hogan guy, but you know. Westmore, okay, but to answer your question, he wasn't on that side of the street, Joe. Okay? Enough of these accusations.
You said said because he's a street dude and then he's a street thug.
Dude, he's nuts. That's not chat. It has nothing to do with that. I swear on my life. I swear on my life.
Yes. Oh, when's the funeral? Bucko? What if instead of Peter Parker, he was named Peter Griffin?
Yes. Yeah, why is my girl, like, freaking out? Because I just told her. She was like, is it bombs? Okay, everybody. Donald Trump, President of the United States, is here, right here. He's here, and he's going to speak. So everybody shut the flip up. We got J.D. Vance. That must be what he really looks like, guys.
Thank you very much. Okay. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision.
You know how bad this
strikes on
looks for
three
Trump?
key nuclear facilities
How? What are you talking about?
in the Iranian regime, Bordeaux,
Because like,
Natanz, and Esfahan.
dude becomes president, and now we're like on the brink of war.
Years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight I...
Uh-oh. What just happened? What just happened?
Iran's
Oh.
key nuclear enrichment
There we go.
facilities have been
Can you hear me, Joe?
completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the
Okay.
bully
I don't
of the
know.
Middle
Everything
East,
just froze for a second.
must now make peace. If
Can
they
you hear
do
me?
not, future
Yeah.
attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general,
Oh, wait.
Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not
I know
let
the stream's
this
probably
happen.
bugging
It
right
will
now,
not
but-
continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant
Gaines.
military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
JD Vance is sulking right now. He didn't get his way, guys. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Thank you for that, Mr. President. That that was how long was that? What, like 4 minutes long? Hey, I mean, we did it, guys. We've achieved world peace. Right, Joe? I heard a little bit of that. You like cut out right at the end. Here, say, huh?
Can't shut it in the list right now.
I know, dude. I'm enlisting chat. Dude, GB LeBroners take over Iran. Let's go. Battle of Tehran. Oh my god. Dude, GB LeBroners.
Take this Iran.
Yeah. The Chasm TV live during the Battle of Beijing in 2032. Let's fucking get it.
The Sable.
Dude, the Sable. Brother, let's go. Sable. Dude, put a fucking machine gun on top through the sunroof. Let's get it. Dude, the Sable might as well be a military vehicle.
Holy shit, I'm showing the exaggerated swagger of a black team.
Nice. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna find a new stream for us to look at. Michael Knowles is on right now. I won't steal his content. Oh. Do we steal Steve's content?
Yes.
Yes. I feel like that's the
Yes.
that's the wrong thing to do, guys. Listen, we're not stealing.
Wix, one platform.
We just love Steve, okay?
Unlimited creation.
Hold on a second. Dan, Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Kane at 8 a.m.,
Dude,
which is in 10 hours.
is Steve gonna be live when I go to work? Oh my god. Put him on while I get yelled at by my boss. Let's fucking get it.
Maybe I can get a transcript of that speech. Do you guys, should we watch the speech one more time? Do you guys want to see the speech one more time? I mean, it was pretty short. I mean, it's pretty important. Should we watch the speech one more time?
Steve, let's watch this stream again. Let's watch it
Dude,
again.
Steve's geeking out.
Dude,
over this.
It's like.
do we watch it again? Do we watch it?
Maybe
Come on,
we'll
guys, do we
it.
watch it?
We'll watch it in a few minutes.
But at least he's interacting with his chat. Holy shit.
No, he does all the time, dude. Earlier, like I said earlier, he was like, "Where are the Nothing Ever Happens crew? What happened, guys?" I'm just like, dude's literally rage baiting on live. Let's get it. Very valid though. I haven't heard
Conservative.
Nothing Ever Happens, bros. When something happens.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro fell off.
Again.
He did
press
not fall
conference.
off, guys.
He said 8 a.m. for the press conference, right?
He like fire a
That
bunch
was
of
what was
people
said,
from the
8
there
a.m.?
for being anti-Jew.
Mm-mm.
Or not even being anti-Jew, just criticizing Israel.
I don't think so. Then again, I
I'm
suppose.
sure he did. That's what I heard.
Well, I know Candace Owens got
Somebody
canned,
wanted to see
but
the 200 more times. You're not gonna
at the
watch
same
it.
time, it's like, okay. On one end, that's like, okay,
I'll
that's
have it in a
weird. But
minute.
Candace Owens is kind of a fucking cracko.
Did you
Anyway.
hear did you see
Early
what
press
called?
conference tomorrow.
What?
Who's that one guy that got off of Tucker?
Oh.
You heard his interview with
Oh, Ted Cruz.
what's it called?
Yeah, I watched
Where
it.
they
Oh,
started
I
arguing.
have the statement.
Dude, Tucker's
Oh,
such
no,
a
that's not-
fucking dweeb.
Thoughts on it.
Where is it? Blah, 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 blah.
Huh?
I
Hazy
kinda
Intel got it
kinda fuck with
I
Tucker
haven't
Carlson
received
more
it from
after
any of
that.
my-
No, I don't.
yet.
I think he's wrong.
And maybe Hazy Intel posted a transcript. Well, we're gonna
I
watch.
forgot what they were arguing about, but
Maybe
he was
just,
cooking his
I don't
ass.
know.
No, it wasn't. He just kept interrupting. That's all he was doing. And then like
That's what most Republicans do.
Okay, let's watch.
that's what
Let's
losers
watch
do.
one more
Tucker's a.
time what it's important.
I don't know. I mean,
President
here's the
Trump
thing.
had to say. I'm a
Tucker's
puppet
like
on
old
TV
stuff.
right now.
Tucker's a smart guy,
Are you
but
ready
like,
here?
so I
Here
just
we go.
wonder where he
Rewatch
went
this one
wrong,
more time.
because that
President Trump had to say.
it's like I don't really think you need to know, because he was just asking weird questions like
not
what is the
that-
population of
You
Iran?
don't want to watch it.
Yes,
Take a
okay,
break, right?
yeah, Ted Cruz he should probably know that,
Pretty-
but it's like
I'm past.
Ted Cruz also isn't the one
If
ordering
you
the
do,
bomb.
or if you are trying-
Right now. This
Yeah, I mean,
is
but I
a
guess he
replay
supports
of President
it.
Trump,
I mean, I
Well,
guess
yeah.
you don't really you don't really need to know.
like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I don't know.
You don't need to know every little thing about a country to support your government taking it out. You know, I mean, we're talking about extremely basic things here. A radical Islamic terrorist or a regime that oppresses its
A
people
short
and
time
supports
ago, the US military
terrorism
carried out
across the Middle East,
massive precision
trying to
strikes
acquire
on
nuclear
3
weapons.
key nuclear
No way, we can't do it, guys. We can't do it. It's going to turn out like Iraq. No, the fuck it's not.
Natanz and Esfahan.
I assure you. We don't have boots on the ground in Iran, and we probably won't.
Years as they built this horribly
guarantee you.
destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment
Because that's something I
capacity
wouldn't
and
support.
a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years,
Yo,
Iran
Trump's
has been
low-key
saying
cooking right
death
now,
to
though. I'm not gonna lie
America,
to you.
Death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as
Holy
a
shit,
direct result
Kingpin
of
is
their
so
hate. In
bad.
particular, so many were killed by their general,
This Trump kingpin, guys.
Qasem
Just kidding.
Soleimani. I decided a long time
Loki is
ago that I
Kingpin.
would not let this happen. It
But
will
like
not
the
continue.
slimmer, cooler version.
I
I
want
can-
to thank and congratulate
I can
Prime
just hear
Minister
Trump
Bibi
speaking over
Netanyahu.
just Kingpin's
We worked as
face.
a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane. Spectacular
Raising
general,
Cane? What?
and
Raising
all of the
Cane?
brilliant men
Dude!
involved in this attack.
Dude, Trump on the next
Oh,
Raising
that
Cane's
That being
run?
said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace
Which is
Trump's
never.
all
or there
hungry.
will be tragedy.
Can we-
far
I
greater
never-
than we have
I'm never
witnessed
going
over
on
the
another
last
run
8
to that.
days.
Hell no.
Remember, there are many
I never get
targets
anything
left.
anyway.
Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense,
Alright, Raising Cane's.
will have
Raising
a press
Cane
conference
stocks
at
just
8 a.m.
flew
at
up.
the
I don't know if
Pentagon.
they're on the stock market,
And I
but.
want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them.
I love
God
quick
bless
time events.
the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America.
God
Thank
bless
you very
the Middle
much.
East, chat.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
All right. There you
God
go.
bless Israel. What?
Address to the nation.
Oh.
Hang on.
Guys,
That,
come on, guys. Israel's our ally, guys.
this.
We support.
Wow. So where
Joe,
is
we
this all
support
going
Israel,
now?
isn't that right?
What happens now? What happens now?
Part Israel.
I love Israel.
I assume that Israel
Israel, your country bent over.
and
Yes.
U.S. want
If Steve was in charge of
assume
Israel, I
they
think
want
everybody would
Iran
support
to
it, right, guys?
agree to some sort of terms. Are they going to agree to it?
They're
How
shooting
long would
fucking
that
rocket
negotiation
launchers at
take?
me.
Also,
This
Buddy-
might be
I would
Iran.
think we
Buddy
might
might
see
be
some
in the
response
Middle
from Iran. So, if Iran responds now militarily, does the U.S. start attacking Iran? Basically, if Iran does anything in response now, is the U.S. going to launch? Is the U.S. going to launch more strikes? This I don't know.
Steve, we know you don't know. You're not in the fucking.
Oh,
Steve is acting like he's in the fucking
no,
Pentagon or
the
something.
headset in Cana, I think it's supposed to be 8 a.m.
Steve might be the president.
Maybe not. Though.
Steve is the shadow government. Steve
I
is
think
the
they-
deep
I think
state.
he said 8 a.m. 8. Well, my understanding is that for now, the headset thing is scheduled for.
You think
8
Steve is in the deep state, Joe?
Maybe that'll change.
No.
Huh?
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah. Well, he's talking like I think chat thinks that Steve is is in the Pentagon or something. Or is like has like a personal speed dial to the president and everything that he
Right?
decides.
He said 8 Eastern? That's what I thought. That's what I wrote down. This is interesting. Tyler Rogue.
I love living in the time zone when in the same time zone as when
Tyler Rogaway,
politicians say a time, because it just makes it so much easier.
website, the military news site, The War Zone, said nearly the entire available B-2 fleet was used in this gambit. If you factor in the decoys in the Pacific, were actually there. If there were some, a portion of the tiny fleet, which I think is 19 B-2s, is down for maintenance or in depot at any given time, although they had time to ready what they could, one test jet, etc. And I say if, he says, because there's a chance that there never were B-2s in the Pacific. I guess he's saying
No
maybe
King's Day
people
protest in Guam gets
by-
bombed by B-2 Spirit
somehow.
bombers.
Maybe someone has more concrete evidence, just something to keep in mind. Interesting.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Because, open source intelligence data, like flight radar data, suggested that
I'm about to
There
fight
were-
Trump and Spider-Man.
going
No,
to-
no.
across the Pacific.
He's at his desk signing. He's signing bills.
So he's saying it's not even
No
clear
flipping way, guys.
how many B-2s there were, and maybe some of them were sent
Let's go to
across.
live.
All you need to do
From
is turn the
Fox.
buff that are running in the background as you play.
See
and
what
just, let
Fox
your
is
start
saying.
earning buff points.
Ooh, Fox is boring.
U.S. bases in and around the Arab or Persian Gulf while they, start doing some other.
Why are
things
there
on
Turkish
Fox is
nationalists in the
for
chat?
losers.
or a clandestine network or something like that? What will be the Iranian response? to
Dude,
this?
I'm one of
And
them.
of course, that will-
Okay, so we're just slandering my people,
When it really matters. So what
my
he's
my
saying
Armenian
is
brethren.
He thinks what happened
I see how it is.
that the U.S. military made it look like these planes were heading towards Guam. And look, it was reported by multiple outlets. Multiple outlets said we talked to U.S. officials who said the planes are going to Guam. But it appears that that's not what was happening. They were going right to Iran. So it's
Oh,
very
so
interesting.
so it might have been just a decoy. Like I was kind of thinking of them. But
Delaware Sasquatch said that they put B-2 transponders on cargo planes, perhaps. This is not my specialty, so I honestly don't know
dude, that would have been
what
heat.
happened.
Is there
But
video?
I'm sure this is being highly debated online right now, what exactly happened here. Thanks to Alice and Hargroves. Let me just say a couple quick thank yous. I want to take some of your comments, bring you updates.
I think a
Wow.
B2 Spirit can only carry like 2
I
of
don't know
them.
what's
I'm not
coming
sure.
next. I don't know what's coming next. Thanks, Delaware Sasquatch.
Holy shit,
Arlen,
he's
Craig,
whooping
Lewis,
my
Matthew,
ass.
Mike, Josh Barnes, Psionic.
Steve, how do you not know what's
Evos,
happening? You're
Thomas,
literally the
Rockers,
script writer,
thank you.
dude. You're
Do
the
you
script
think maybe
writer,
there might
brother.
be terrorism in the USA? Yeah, look.
Just tell him
I
everything that's
don't
wrong with the
know.
city.
You know, I don't know how Iran's going to respond. I don't know if this could inspire
Pop Smoke and
other
Spider-Man.
people sympathetic to Iran to act against the U.S.
You think
I have
Spider-Man
no
is
idea.
Pop Smoke?
We don't know what's coming. And
The
not just
P in
Iran.
Pop Smoke?
In weeks,
No, the
months,
2
years.
P's in Pop Smoke. P.O.P.
You want a
stand
P
for
in
Peter
Pop
Parker.
Smoke?
Yo, shut your...
747.
Okay. I want to pee in Pop Smoke. What?
Oren Quake, Scott DeFranco,
Bro,
Norton, thank you.
Steve has been putting in work. This stream has lasted over 8 hours.
Anthony Chaccio, Uncle Lester Camp, Kaetitian,
I strive to
Jackson
be just
Moore.
like him.
Thank you so much to, that's very generous of you, Anna P. Anna P. Thanks for your support. Very kind of you. Gabriel Diaz, Chris D, Ken Lance, Teal Shot, D. Langford, April Snell, just trying to get some thank yous in. Jason D, Crowney, Lee Elmore, Dodger Blue, Jess Mike, Blaze DM, Hebrew Jerusalem Prince.
Hebrew Jerusalem Prince? What?
Different people. Dark Crypto on Twitch.
Who is
Tupac
that?
AR, Mighty T, 73. UXO Guy, Big Dog Gaming, Shaggy, Shaggy H, Emilio 1213, Larry Pickle Jar, Cyllin Dylan,
I wonder what Tucker has to say about
Daredevil,
this now that I think about it.
Billy's Thoughts, Operate, Kirby.
Let's go to Tucker, guys. Tucker has not said anything. What is this?
How is your foreign policy different from Jimmy Carter's? Seriously, please. I don't even know what you're talking about. Jimmy Carter? So, what century is this? I am the product of the last 25 years, watching carefully, being involved in the periphery, and I see an unending string of foreign policy disasters that have impoverished and hurt our country.
Unending string.
An unending string. They would include Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Syria, and our inability to stop the Houthis, by the way, in Yemen, which exposes us as weak, and I grieve over that. So these are failures. You helped preside over some of them as a member of the Senate.
What failures, foreign policy failures, have I presided over?
Well, we were unable to beat Russia in the war that you supported against Russia.
How is your
I like how he cuts out. There's no of why Ted Cruz even mentioned Jimmy Carter, and then there's the ending where he just like mentions this, and I'm pretty sure Ted Cruz agrees with him on this, on how we failed in Russia.
You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
No, not uncomfortable at all.
I'm just asking what AIPAC does. My understanding, having known a lot of people
I
who
could
work
tell
at
you.
AIPAC,
I'd
is
deal
that
with
it
them all the time.
lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
Different
When was
wrong.
the last time AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name
And
one.
Let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC, we
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets.
No, I'm not gonna do a simple-
I want to get to the core question. AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government, and I
False.
don't. It's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States.
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
So
And
it's not has nothing to do with the foreign government.
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
Okay, but it's lobbying on behalf of the interests of another country.
So that's not true at all.
How much contact do you think AIPAC leaders have for the government of Israel?
There was a cut right
idea.
there.
You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
Okay.
So it seems likely the U.S. government will participate in offensive strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. If that happens, what next? How does Iran respond? Can airstrikes alone end the nuclear program? What happens to the rest of the countries in the region and Iran's allies? Do they get involved? There's no better person to talk this through.
President Trump campaigned on ending the war. I think he's frustrated because Putin has been less than eager to reach a deal to end the war, but it's going to end. You're not going to see another
Do you
dollar
think
coming from
Zelensky
Congress.
wants to end the war?
I think Zelensky has behaved horribly. I think his Oval Office meeting will go down in history as the worst Oval Office meeting of any leader that has ever come to the Oval Office. I think he behaved like a pompous ass, and I think he's doing real damage to his country right now.
You described him many times as a hero.
I don't recall ever using the word hero. I will
do.
say, look, I'm not a Zelensky cheerleader, and I'm not in the business.
Okay, wait, okay. Okay, Ted Cruz, listen. Oh. He did get caught on that one, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's getting fucking fried.
okay, in that one instance, but I don't think Ted Cruz is wrong. Necessarily.
You know, I think Zelensky should
Oh, not about
get
Zelensky. I don't.
impeached.
Yeah, I don't care about Zelensky. But when it came
Zelensky
to
should get put in
Iran, yeah, when it came to Iran, I don't think Ted Cruz is wrong at all. I think, because you know what Tucker said? I'm pretty sure what Tucker said is that there's a chance that the BRICS nations, which is an economic pact between the original countries, was Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But there's other countries in it, including Iran. Basically what he was saying was that if shit popped off, then BRICS would become a military alliance, and Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, all those countries would join in.
What
and
the fuck is Brazil gonna do?
Right, and fight the United States. And I'm just like, and I'm just thinking, like, do you know anything, Tucker? Like, no, I don't think the likes of India and Brazil are going to join on behalf of Iran's mission to get nuclear weapons and fight
India's
the
got
world's
their own
most
shit going
right
on.
and fight the world's most powerful military on the planet, so that this little fucking sandbox can get a nuclear weapon. Like, what?
Also, what the fuck is Brazil gonna do?
Absolutely nothing.
Why are they even in that?
Just as it's like a trade agreement. It's economic, because like they were trying to get their own currency and all that too. So,
Brazil is just a big shithole.
yeah, Brazil's a shithole. India's a shithole. Emphasis on the shit. Love the Indian people,
India
but
is
like,
shit in a hole.
yeah, I love the Indian people, but clean up your country a little bit, please. And then the other Russia's having trouble with a country not a third of its size, and China is not going to squander all of their decades of wealth and preparation to go fight on behalf of Iran. Like, it's beyond me what made him think that would be a possibility. Of course, this is the same guy.
They're getting rid of the sexy M&Ms.
Yeah. Of course, this is the same guy who thinks that it was that we were that it was a moral blight and a moral wrong for the United States to drop the bombs on Japan to end the war. But you know, you do you, buddy. You have every right to say what you want to say, of course. But I just think that you're wrong.
Wait, Tucker thinks we shouldn't have done it?
Yeah. Or that
Bro,
and he brought like a pseudo historian on and he was saying how Churchill was like a bad guy during World War II. It's just like, what would you have rather happen? Like, what would you have rather happen? What?
was Churchill a bad guy?
No, he was the British Prime Minister. He was on our side.
Oh, so he was a bad guy.
Okay. Only because he's British. And also some of his comments on India. But other than that, he had the right idea of fighting Hitler and not giving in to his territorial demands. He obviously saw something a lot of the leaders in the UK didn't see. Let's see here.
So the bombing in Japan was really aimed as a message to the Soviets.
Well, yeah, the Russians were in the war at that time. We knew that Japan was finished, but we had to keep going in those crucial few days to establish the weapon. And Leslie Groves, I mean, Matt Damon played him, a very good performance, but...
It's not Leslie Groves.
It's not Leslie Groves.
That's the most warm and fuzzy Leslie Groves you're ever going to see.
And it doesn't go into the issue of why we... Oppenheimer, I don't know. I'm sure Oppenheimer got an inkling of it later, no?
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah, but he said that when he testified, he said, we didn't know that Japan could have been made to surrender without using the bomb. You know, so Oppenheimer later effectively apologized for supporting the use of the bomb.
Yeah, and then he got into trouble.
So the bomb...
Nobody knew that it was... I mean, shit. Japan gave no inkling that they were actually planning on surrendering anytime soon. I mean, hell, they were mobilizing their entire population, a population, what was it, about like close to 80 million people? I think they had already mobilized about 9 million civilians.
Also, just look at their culture. They were not going to give up.
Right. So... And yes, the Soviet invasion of Manchuria and then subsequently Korea did obviously twist Japan's hand. I don't doubt that. But the idea that the atomic bombings didn't do anything, putting aside the moral arguments, whether we should have, whether it was the right thing to do, it helped put Japan on the footing and Hirohito realizing that this was not something that he would be able to do, because I think not only did it go to show, I think people miss this part, and I honestly I haven't really thought about it until now. The atomic bombings, the first one, okay, they didn't really believe that it was an atomic bomb in the first place, but once the second one happened in Nagasaki, they realized that it was an actual atomic bomb. I think that changed the math on the ground because it made them realize that the United States was not going to invade Japan, which was their whole goal. The plan was they wanted us to invade so that they could inflict as many casualties on us as possible to get our people back in the United States to say, okay, this war is it's costing too much. My son, my daughter, or not my daughter, women weren't fighting in the war. Okay, my brother, my son, my husband, they're not coming home because we're fighting in Japan, and what's the point? They already lost. Why don't we just make a peace with them and they can, do whatever they're going to do, and we won, right? Obviously, that's not
what I was gonna
how
say.
it was
Like,
going to work.
God forbid we put our country first,
right?
And do what's best for us so that we don't have like a bunch of casualties. What, didn't they estimate that it would be like millions?
I think at the very least within the first couple of months it would have been more costly than D-Day and honestly probably more costly than the entire war in Europe combined for us. It would have taken more people. So it obviously changed the math on the ground. They realized that they weren't going to be able to do that, and yeah, that it just, they knew we weren't actually going to take the bait and actually invade, and we didn't want to, but we thought maybe it would be the only choice. Obviously, we got the bomb, and Truman made it clear that if they did not surrender, we would continue to use it until there was nothing left. At least war-making material. That's the thing. It's not like he was saying, oh yeah, we're going to hit civilian targets to kill all you little Japanese people. No. And I said little, not in reference to their height. I'm not. I love the Japanese people, but my point is, okay, it's a little smelling in here. He made it clear that yes, unfortunately, I think he said, unfortunately, civilians will die in these bombings, and he literally had them drop pamphlets.
Inevitable.
He had the U.S. Air Force drop pamphlets to those civilian targets to get
There's
out.
there's people that say that we only gave them like a day.
Well, I mean,
They only had a day to read it, and that they wouldn't have been able to surrender in time.
what the leaving the cities? You talking about?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I don't think it doesn't take that long to get out of the city.
Well, I mean, like it would like they didn't have time to like send the message back to say they surrender.
Oh well, no, I don't know if that's necessarily true because Truman halted the firebombings.
No, I'm just saying that's just what they say.
Yeah, Truman halted the firebombings because he thought maybe they were going to be able to actually have a dialogue, and maybe the Japanese would surrender. But since there was so much tension in the war cabinet and in the 3-on-3 shit that was going on in the Japanese government on whether or not to surrender or not, which eventually had to be broken, a tiebreaker by the emperor being the tiebreaker vote, they halted the bombings. But since there was so much, like I said, so much tension and disagreement, we restarted the bombings because we thought maybe they were just trying to stall for time because they weren't responding. And hell, Japan still got their way because they got to keep their emperor, so whatever. Which, mind you, the United States didn't support. We wanted to get rid of the emperor and try him as a war criminal, but the British wanted to keep him as a way to keep the country united, which, in my opinion, was the correct decision to make. I wouldn't have wanted to see Japan become a communist country.
Now Japan is a democracy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the thing is it was a democracy before the war, and then it was afterwards. It's just the emperor was and the emperor to this day is just a constitutional monarch. He's a figurehead. He has no real power per se, which is cool. I think we need Japanese militarism.
This F-15. So the bombing in Japan was really aimed.
So
There was something about the atomic bomb going off, in my opinion, that completely changed people's assumptions. And I think that display of godlike power gave people the false impression that they were gods. That's my personal belief. I've never heard anybody say that, but I sincerely believe that. But whatever it was, post-war, our assumptions about the universe changed. And I think in retrospect, we look ridiculous. But nobody else has assumed that. From the Hivaro Indians at the Amazon headwaters to the Swedes. And by the way, thank you for hiring Swedes. Nobody does it. There was something about...
What does that even mean? Well, Shapiro's right. It did save lives. And in the long run, you could even argue that nuclear weapons, while also having the power to destroy humanity and civilization as we know it, also preserved it and saved the lives of millions over the remainder of the 20th and the 21st century. Because it made...
Writing an essay.
Yeah.
Ended up being like really based. Like I seem like a fucking like American nationalist.
Why?
Because I was talking about how like I don't remember if I said they should have dropped a third one. Didn't we have a third one that we were or that we said we were gonna drop?
It was in I think it was almost done, and we were gonna ship it to Tinian. And we did have plans to for a third target.
Yeah.
If they didn't
it
give
was
up.
so based. I was talking because we had to write. It was like an argument. We had to write do we think that we should have dropped the nukes on Japan, or do we think that we shouldn't have? And I went full on like.
But he went further and said we should have
yes,
dropped
we
more of
definitely
them.
should have like. I'm pretty sure I said that. I don't remember. It was a long ass essay. It was like 6 or 7 paragraphs that I wrote.
Well, hell, it's a war. If you're not going to surrender, then you're fucking asking for it. I mean, hell, I don't know when we gained such a sympathy for Imperial Japan. Obviously, the civilians, I get it, but even them, they did support their government. Now, that's not to say that they should just be, we should target civilians, but it's rather goes to show that the government in Japan was supported by the people. But as it stands for the government, this is the government that supported and ordered and facilitated the murder, rape, and pillage and destruction of, I think the number was like 30 million people across Southeast Asia and China. So we're talking big numbers here. So like this is a regime that, if of any regime that deserved to be nuked, the Nazis and Japan. And it was going to be the Nazis at first. And you know what's funny? If we nuked the Nazis, I don't think that we would be having this conversation about whether or not it was right. We'd be like, oh, they're Nazis.
That's the thing. That's the thing I find so weird about our country now, is that we like have so much sympathy for countries that want us fucking gone.
Yeah.
Like Iran, for so many people that live in our country that are siding with Iran.
Yeah. Or like Hamas or Gaza or Palestine or Syria or whoever.
Like they
like,
literally
these are the same
called
people
to the death of our people.
These are the same people who go out in the street and burn American flags, yell "Death to America," "Allahu Akbar," blah blah blah.
Should our own people do that shit?
Yeah. Which is
people that have literally never been outside of fucking New York City do that shit.
Yeah. Motherfuckers never been across state lines, and then it's like, kill America. Like, how much of America have you been to? Literally, like, down the block to the 7-Eleven and the liquor store. It's pretty much how far most people have gone.
But yeah, it's like, how can you side with a country that would murder you if you step foot in it?
Right.
That we dropped.
Oh, free Palestine! Okay, let me see you go there.
Japan, by the way.
And, like, I remember my dad always talks about this one guy that was like, what's it called? He like put like $1 million on like, if what's it called? If someone can go do a gay pride parade in Gaza,
mm-hmm.
and that it still hasn't happened yet.
It's never gonna happen. And it's not because of Hamas. It actually isn't. It's because of the people who live there. They don't support gay pride either.
Yeah, no.
And honestly, and I agree with them on that. Good job, guys. Now, do I want you guys to, like, behead them and stuff? I don't know about that. That might be a bit too extreme, but
No, I don't think we should kill gay people. I don't think we should hurt gay people. I just think that we shouldn't encourage it upon children, and I think we should let everybody make their decision as a grown-up on whether or not.
If you want to be a homosexual, you can be a homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even really, I guess, disagree with like teenagers making that decision.
But it also shouldn't really be.
It's still a little bit.
It also really shouldn't.
It's still a
be
bit weird, but I don't think it should be. I don't think any sexuality should be encouraged.
I think one sexuality should be encouraged.
I don't think sexual anything should be encouraged when you're a minor.
Oh, definitely not. Of course, I think we all can agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should even have sex as a minor. which is gonna hurt the.
Joe, what did you say
whoever
about me earlier?
Whoever made the Maryland state law that that you can have sex at 16 years old legally with like a 30-year-old.
Haha, we love Maryland, fucking degeneracy and disgusting.
How is that not weird?
It is weird, and any normal people would see it as weird, but I don't know. That's why I didn't shake Westmore's hand.
A literal, like technically a sophomore, because yeah, I was 16 in sophomore year. That's when I turned 16.
Yeah.
A sophomore in high school can have sex with like a 25-year-old.
Disgusting. It's truly disgusting.
Like what?
I don't know. We're fucked up. Here, what did this goober say? You ready?
Fact that we dropped this particular bomb on Nagasaki, which was the Christian capital of Japan, by the way.
Okay, so what does that have to do with anything, Tucker? What does that have to do with anything?
That bomb was dropped on a church and killed, 3/4 of the Christians in the city, which bothers me as a Christian. But leaving even that aside.
Okay, Germany was a mainly Protestant country. You didn't. I'd assume you wouldn't disagree with the bombing of German cities, would you? What? Like, listen, it's unfortunate when Christians die in war, but that's an unfortunate fact that we have to deal with, given the fact that there's billions of Christians on the planet. So.
It killed civilians. It wasn't dropped on a military base. It was killed civilians. And like, I get why people did it, or maybe I don't get it, but I think 80 years later we can say, not something to brag about, incinerating civilians. I don't care what the context is. The fact that we
I don't think anybody's really bragging about it. I think it's more of a we're reacting to people's problems with dropping the bomb in a strategic context. So, what did he say?
So what about the story that you hear endlessly that Iran is planning to nuke the United States, if that's on their agenda?
Huh?
Yeah, right.
Huh?
So you consider that like insane?
I consider that so bewildering. If a grown-up says that, we need to have a long heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never heard anybody say that Iran is going to nuke the United States. I'm more worried about Iran using it.
I've been hearing people say it like that.
Oh, well, they're probably children because they don't know what they're talking about. But
I'm also assuming that's why we have the Doomsday plane out.
yeah, maybe
I mean,
it's
that
like
doesn't necessarily help the fear of that possibly happening.
Well, I don't know if it's more.
It's in DC right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more of a. Well, because I guess the Doomsday plane could also just be used.
Pretty sure its main purpose is for nuclear war.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure didn't I'm trying to remember if Bush used it when 9/11 happened. I'm trying to remember. But I think it could also most definitely be used in the context of if a major terrorist attack on U.S. soil happened, or like in D.C.
I guess if bombings happened.
Yeah, but Iran doesn't really have the capacity to attack us, and even when they get a nuclear weapon, they wouldn't be targeting us first. They've said it time and time again. Israel is the little Satan, and we're the big Satan, and they're going to take the little Satan out first. So I think what I'm more worried about with Iran having nuclear weapons is not to be an Israeli shill or anything, but obviously Israel getting hit. But mainly Iran using it almost like North Korea does, where they use it as a way of showing like, okay, well, if you try to stop me doing this thing, then we can use nuclear weapons on you. Like that mentality and that way of diplomacy and foreign policy is what I'm more worried about with Iran. I'm not worried about Iranian nukes dropping on my head. as much as I'm worried about the geopolitical problems for the Middle East. And not to mention, if Iran gets nukes, then Saudi Arabia is going to want nukes, and then they're going to try to get a nuke too. And I think it's in the world's best interest that we keep the nuclear club as small as possible. So some countries squeaked in, Pakistan, India, Israel, which they don't admit, but that's okay. But
I think that's so stupid. That's what is the reason? What's the reason why to claim that they're peaceful?
No, probably just to have a form of
strategic. Are they not allowed?
Maybe a form of strategic ambiguity, so that nobody gets any funny ideas.
Fucking.
But Tucker low key fell.
Wouldn't the smart thing to be to low key own that shit?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Fox Soul, Quanell X, Charles Big Angry. What? What is this?
What the hell are you?
Fox Soul? Like soul? Like what? What is
Quanell X?
Quanell X? Who the fuck is Quanell X?
Ready to go blow by blow.
Quan Mills?
Quandale Dingle?
Fox Soul starts right now.
Easy.
Not to answer those questions directly. I don't believe in Tucker Carlson, and I'm no fan of his. Nor am I a fan of U.S. Secretary Cruz. I've disagreed vehemently with both men. But I don't believe Tucker Carlson was wrong in questioning and raising legitimate questions about the influence of AIPAC involved in America's foreign policy in the Middle East.
I think what has more of an impact on foreign policy, U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East, is the fact that we are allies with Israel. I think that just might have more of a factor, or more impact. Just food for thought, I suppose. I don't know, but I'm probably gonna end the stream and probably get off in a minute. Here, we'll watch this one last Tucker thing.
Yes, you could.
And you could say that we have to develop it like Oppenheimer felt before the Nazis
I
did.
love that. How'd that work? How'd that work?
Well,
I love, by the way, that people on my side, I'll just admit it, on the right, have spent the last 80 years defending dropping nuclear weapons on civilians. Like, are you joking?
Right.
That's just like prima facie evil.
Yeah.
If you can't, if we hadn't done that, then this, that, the other thing, that was actually a great savings. Like, no, it's wrong to drop nuclear weapons on people. And if you find yourself arguing that it's a good thing to drop nuclear weapons on people, then you are evil. Like, it's...
So I'm evil for not wanting hundreds of thousands of U.S. soldiers to die on the beaches of fucking Kyushu.
Tucker has such a liberal, pussy ass, view on the thing. Anybody who thinks that is just a bitch.
And what does he mean? Wait, let's go back real quick. What does he mean?
Guys, I'm such an empath. Please agree with me.
Someone called me an empath the other day, and I just kind of wanted to slap him.
For the Nazis did.
People say their empaths are so corny.
That we have to develop it like Oppenheimer felt before the Nazis did.
I love that. How'd that work?
What does he mean, how'd that work? What do you mean, how'd that work? The Nazis didn't get the bomb? Question mark? Yeah, in hindsight, Hitler wasn't even really interested in the nuclear bomb. He saw nuclear science as Jewish science, but from the perspective of, the 1940s, it's, not so cut and dry, but I don't know. Tucker he just acts such like a fucking like snarky dude, and the thing I hate more than anything in the world is sarcasm in a serious scenario. Sarcasm, like if it's joking, then whatever. But if you're being serious, and then you throw sarcasm.
That's Trump.
I'll just admit it. On the right, have spent the last 80 years defending dropping.
Yeah, as long as Trump's
nuclear
not talking to me,
weapons on civilians. Like, are you joking?
Me and Trump gonna throw
That's
hands.
just like prima facie
What?
evil.
Yeah.
If you can't,
I'm kidding, guys.
Well,
I'm
if
kidding.
you hadn't
I'm
done
not gonna
that,
fight the
this, that,
president.
the
Yeah,
other
I swear,
thing, that
guys,
was
I'm
actually
kidding.
a great savings limit. No, it's wrong to drop nuclear weapons on people. And if you find
So he's
yourself
calling us
arguing
evil.
that it's a good thing to drop nuclear weapons on people, then you are evil. Like it's not a tough one, right? It's not a hard call for me. So with that in mind, like
Remember
why
our
would you
Tucker
want
Carlson
nuclear weapons? It's like
Brazzers
just a
photo show?
mindless, childish,
Yes.
sort of intellectual exercise to
That
justify
that changed him
someone else again. How about
for the worse.
How about public spending all of your
No,
effort?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, like 1980s photo.
Oh yeah.
Brazzers logo in the corner.
Dude, that's so litty clitty. Watch the 93 seconds when Carlson destroyed Cruz.
Dude, I want to see 90 seconds of Tucker Carlson destroying Cruz.
I don't know. I just find it.
This
it's
made
just
my
funny.
whole week.
It's like, it's not like Tucker came up and was like had like such a super fucking great argument or something. All he was doing was laughing at Ted Cruz and just like interrupting him with stupid questions. Oh, I got you. Wait, what?
Cruz definitely got bullied as a minor.
Yeah. No, I don't agree with Ted Cruz on everything, but it's
Like him.
Huh?
I don't really like Ted Cruz.
I'm warm to him. Not as warm as I could be, but I'm warm to him, and I agree with him on Iran, at the very least.
Yeah. Feel about the stuff they were saying about the protesting, like how you can run people over if they like corner you.
Yeah. I think I did hear about that.
My whole thing that I was trying to talk to my parents, that I was telling my parents, my whole thing about that is that opens up loopholes for people, the unwell,
Yeah.
that could potentially use that as just an opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, if there's, I guess
To-
there would need to be like video evidence or something of that happening, or eyewitness testimony to people surrounding the car. Or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, hell, if there's an angry mob around your car, then I guess, and they seem like they're trying to get you out of your car, they're banging on your car, they're gonna break your windows or whatever, then I suppose, I mean, what would you do in that situation, right? Well, I know what I would do. I'd fucking press on that gas pedal so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there. And it's not because I don't like them.
Other people that are like, there's other people that are like, oh yeah, Ted Cruz, what's it called? That we should escalate situations.
What? Escalate situations?
People think that that's escalating situations.
Oh.
By just going ahead and running them over with your car, as opposed to like peacefully talking to them.
Yeah. Crack the window open. Excuse me, can you get away from my car? Meanwhile, they're just cussing at you and throwing rocks at your windows. Like, I guess what? I don't care what the protest is about. It could be fucking a bunch of hillbilly hick Republicans surrounding my car, you know, kicking it with their fucking stupid little cowboy boots, and I'd still run them over. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
If I feel, you know, in my vehicle that there is a good chance that this angry mob of people surrounding my vehicle are going to try to hurt me, and they are making it clear that they are going to hurt me, then I'm going to hurt them first so I can get out of there. It's not even to hurt them, it's to get out of the situation. Because you know what happens when you press the gas pedal? The car goes. And the further you go, the further away you get from them. It's like,
I say don't go to
sense.
protests.
No, obviously. But sometimes it's like you don't even know what's happening until you like turn the corner, and then there's a bunch of fucking randos and they surround your car. Bunch of jobless, J-O-B-less, because you know that's censored. It's a censored word, guys. We don't like those applications. But
oh.
Whoa. God, we're such like a showerless society now. Like,
showers are bad.
Like, a lot of these, like, honestly, when you go to one of those kinds of protests, like a No King's Day protest, for instance, and yes, I'm calling us out because we did go to one of them, but if you go there, you know damn well that 0% of those people who are protesting have touched a bar of soap in the last like 3 weeks.
You could kind of tell.
Yeah, you can smell it a mile away, or maybe that's just the smell of Glen Burnie. I don't know.
I honestly think it's a Glen Burnie thing.
Yeah. Dude, the Baltimore one would have been lit. We could have rioted.
Dude, Baltimore would have been lit on fire.
Yeah, exactly. We could have rioted with the gang members and like threw up the GB LeBronner set.
Shooting that shit up.
Threw up the GB LeBronner set, and then we get chased out of Baltimore. We're in a high-speed chase in Chris's Chevy Equinox.
I wonder if the GB LeBroners has to be like that has to be an actual like gang sign.
What, our gang sign?
It's basically GDK.
Yeah, but it's GBL. Crazy.
And so if you said GPK, I would have had to beat your ass.
Insert audio clip from August 6, 1945, Hiroshima. Yeah. Mic drop. I mean, hell. I literally put up on Instagram on Christmas Day a Hiroshima joke. I don't know. I don't
What
really...
was it?
It was cuz when I checked on the Santa tracking, cuz I love Santa Claus and he's real, guys. He's real. But when I checked the official tracking website, he was over Hiroshima, so I took a screenshot and added a GIF or whatever it's called, you know, of a nuclear bomb going off over Hiroshima, and with a Christmas song over it, and I put it on my story on Instagram. Dude, I've been slapping with these like pictures and shit. Like this thumbnail for the stream is might be one of the greatest.
You should invest in
Huh?
You should get Photoshop.
Yeah, I should. Dude, I'm gonna take it to a whole nother level.
Dude, Photoshop's actually really fun to use once you know how to use it.
Yeah. The official Chasm TV thumbnails are gonna look like fucking... They should be on the White House government page. Alright, anyway, I think that's gonna be it for the stream tonight. U.S. bombing of Iran. I know in hindsight people are going to ask, oh, where's Chris? He's in New York. because he's everywhere but home.
Holy dog.
Yeah. He's everywhere but home. So, we're never gonna see him again. He's gonna get shot down in the Bronx. So,
Alright.
rest in peace to Chris. No, I hope he'll be on the next stream. I assure you. But
Actually, should be home soon.
Like shit, wait, hold on, Nick. Somebody just messaged me on Depop about an item.
Holy shit. Chat.
Oh my
It's
god,
happening.
dude. Fuck, this guy he's messaging me asking if I would trade them. Fuck no. Trading with your ass.
Oh, looks like.
Wait, Nick, I didn't tell you that I set up a Depop account.
Of course you fucking did.
I've been selling. I have 31 things listed so far, with 736 potential revenue.
Holy shit, Joe is an entrepreneur right now.
Exactly.
Everybody go look at his, what was it? Depop? Everybody go look at his Depop. I sound so old right now. Depop. Go check out his Depop. Guys, go check it out.
Guys, go Depop him real quick.
Go pop him real quick. Wait,
Go
boss.
Snapchat him.
Guys, go Instagram him, please.
Snapchat him.
Guys, go text message Joe. His phone number is... Hold on, let me pull it up. Wait.
Go WhatsApp him, guys.
You know, he's in New Jersey now.
Ew.
Dude, New Jersey fucking stinks. Okay. Well, Chris just told me before we get the stream off, that apparently Iranian state news is threatening, or is making threats, saying we started it, so they're gonna finish it, and that every soldier in person.
Have you seen the shit about the Iranian Twitter that everybody's freaking out about? Well, I actually think that's the real Iran Twitter.
Even if it is, the fuck are they gonna do? I mean, hell, Israel's been flying scot-free over Iran for the past, couple days, so think about what the advanced U.S. Air Force can do. They ain't touching us. But, yeah, so apparently Iranian state news is, making threats, so I guess it was a good run, Iran. You know? We're gonna miss the Ayatollahs when they're in the ground. But, it's been real.
Nick, what if you're the first group to get drafted?
I love this country, but I'm not going to Iran. Okay? Literally send me anywhere else. Send me to the fucking... Dude, I will become a hippie. I will burn the draft card. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. But, send me to the Korean Peninsula. Send me to the Battle of Beijing. Send me to the streets of Shanghai. Okay? Send me to the skirmish of the Temu factory in fucking Guangdong or something. I don't care. Just don't send me to Iran. What?
Why?
Cause I don't want to be around Iran. Okay? It's hot there. And there's a lot of mountains. I don't think anybody wants to be
in China.
I want to be in China. So I can
get drafted.
So I can defect and tell Xi Jinping all of our secrets. It's not like I know anything.
Oh yeah. All them fucking free websites for movies that you use probably.
dude,
already told the Chinese enough.
I sleep well at night knowing that every single one of our geopolitical adversaries know every single fucking thing about me. Just from yapow.com.
And WhatsApp.
Dude, WhatsApp is tracking me. China, please. I just get hit up by Xi Jinping on WhatsApp, yo, what's good? What's up, Beijing?
No.
Maybe we'll leave the stream with
Bro.
that. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, Nicorette.
Oh. Here, we'll end the stream with this. Hold on. We'll end the stream with a loop of "What's Up Beijing."
我在北京，
We'll loop it.
我在北京，
Okay, chat.
我在北京。
We love China. Long
Was that
live the
Beijing?
CCP. Just kidding. God bless
Was
the
that
United
Beijing?
States. And especially
Was that
a
Beijing?
very special God bless to
Love
to
Was
the
that Beijing?
to the state of Israel.
我
What?
在北京，
Right, Joe? We love Israel.
我在北
Woohoo!
京，
And like
我在北京，
you're Israel shill.
I am
我在
not.
北京，
I'm an Armenia supremacist.
我在北京，
Okay, this is getting.
我在
I'm
北
turning you
京，
down.
I explained this.
我在北京。
Alright, chat. Just remember, Xi Jinping is watching your every move, so don't watch that Rule 34 of
我在北京，
My Little Pony characters.
我在
What?
北京，我在北京，
And everybody go Depop Joe. Go Depop Joe. Go find Joe on Depop and get some of his
我在北
some of his vibrators and dildos that he's selling.
我在北京，我在
They're high quality, believe me, I know. Believe
Was that
me,
Beijing?
I know. Alright. Good night, stream.
我在北京，
Good night, chat. Love you, chat.
我在北
There's nobody in the chat, but love you.
我
Say
在
goodbye,
北
Joe.
京，我在北京，
Joe, say goodbye.
我在北京，我在北
But
京，
he's not. Oh. Okay.
我在北
What?
京，
Hi. Say goodbye.
Can you hear
我
me?
在北
Yes, I
京，
hear you now.
我在北京。
Goodbye, chat.
我在北京。
Good night.